We are live now, so welcome everybody. This is our, I think, 107th webinar. And today we have Sabine Heinz with us. This time not in her capacity of conductor, but as a participant to an analog astronaut mission. So she will tell something about that. But first of all, I give the floor to Maria Mokarzel, who will make a short introduction. Maria, the floor is yours.
Definitely. Thank you. So, tonight the title is Space Habitat, Necessity, Humanity, and Culture in Space with our speaker Sabine Heinz. This talk highlights actually how space habitat support future human missions by testing technology, human adaptation, and psychological resilience. Drawing on the EMMPOL 21 analog mission, it shows why art and human-centered design are essential for creating livable environments beyond Earth. A short bio about our speaker. Sabine Heinz is a German artist dedicated to space art and space-related art. Under the topic Art Meets Science, she explored different techniques such as working with fluorescent and phosphorescent paints or with oxidation processes. She also works digital on her iPad. Sabine Heinz lives and works as a partially freelance artist in Berlin. The subjects of her work are landscapes, humans, and since 2009, space art as well. In doing so, she explores various techniques such as printing, collage, mixed media, and iPad drawings and collages, and some of which she animates. She experiments with different materials and tries to build a bridge between art and science. What inspired her most in her artwork is evolution of humankind and its cosmic destiny, the beauty, the mystery, and the majesty of the universe. SpaceX, space exploration, peaceful space, settlement, expanding civilization into space, moon, Mars, asteroids, and beyond. Art movements such as surrealism, space art, art in space, science and technology, and the natural beauty of planet Earth and other planets, as well as humans. The people of planet Earth, social themes and needs. Sabine, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the kind introduction.
My pleasure.
Moment, I have to find my mouse. So, so we had it already here. Yes, it's full screen. It's full screen.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Can go ahead.
First of all, I wanted to congratulate all women of the world, because yesterday was International Women's Day, and in Germany we had a strike. Women were called to strike, and we had some demonstration, some manifestation, and I was asked some pictures, and I was asked lately why feminism is still needed, and I wanted to answer quickly this question. Also, I was thinking about this, and I think feminism remains essential because gender inequality persists across economic, social, and political spheres. And the inequality is still measurable. Data shows that women continue to face systemic disadvantage. Women make 51% of the population and yet present 70% of the poor and earn only 11% of global income. They perform 66% of the world work, but own just 1% of the land. These numbers highlight structural inequality, not individual shortcomings. The legal rights don't guarantee real equality, even in countries with strong legal protections like Germany. I can speak only for Germany. Social norms and workplaces or workplace cultures still disadvantage women. Feminism pushes for equality not only in law but in practice. The feminist movement drives social progress. Feminist activism has historically secured major rights such as voting, reproductive rights, and workplace protection, and continues to push back against backlash. Recent global movements show how collective action leads to real policy change. And feminism expands freedom for everyone. Feminism challenges rigid gender rules that limit all genders. It promotes shared caregiving responsibilities, healthier relationships, more inclusive workplaces, freedom from stereotypes. This benefits men, women, and non-binary people alike. Violence and discrimination persists. Gender-based violence, harassment, and discrimination remain widespread issues. Feminism works to address these systemic problems and create safer societies. And in conclusion, I could say the patriarchal structures must be broken down so that women have the real chance at equality. So I show you some more pictures of this demonstration. Why doesn't come the next picture? What do you see? I cannot move the slides.
We are seeing the same picture.
Yeah, I cannot move it. I see it. Wait a minute. I try to do it again. Sorry. I'm sorry. So no, this is wrong. It's not the presentation. Wait a minute.
Yes, it was.
It was, but maybe it's only a window of this, but it was this presentation. Wait a minute, wait. I close it and here. So no, wait. It must go now. This here is the presentation. So this was the first slide, and we might go on. So I'm sorry for this. So now you see the other pictures. Not all men, but always a man. She's in the middle. The woman is talking about Care-Arbeit, caring work, and on the right-hand side, the woman is talking about Enfurious sisters and women. This is a woman from Iran, and we have enough is enough. Here you see we had a lot of people there. And now I will start with my presentation, with my real presentation. I'm sorry, but for me it was very important to talk about women's rights because I think still it is not fulfilled in the world.
Thank you very much for sharing these images from the manifestation today. Thank you so much.
Yes, so welcome now to my presentation on space habitats. Today we will explore why they are necessary, what role humans play in them, and why art and space holds central importance. And I will also talk about my mission, or about the mission EMMPOL 21. EMMPOL stands for Euro Moon Mars Poland, in which I participated as an analog astronaut in May 25. So, what are space habitats? I know the most of our audience know what space habitats are, but we also have people watching which are only interested in space or come around by any chance. So I will explain it a little bit further. A space habitat is an artificial created living environment in space designed to host humans over long periods, whether in Earth orbit, on the Moon, or on Mars. And the necessity of such habitats arises from several factors. Earth is vulnerable due to resource scarcity, environmental stress, and potential catastrophes. At the same time, the global population continues to grow, and humanity is searching for new ways to secure its future. Space habitats are therefore not just technical experiments, but strategic responses to global challenges. What is a space habitat, or is a space habitat on Earth? A space habitat on Earth is an artificial created, enclosed, simulated living environment that mimics conditions in space. And so it's analog to a space habitat on Moon. And such facilities are often built in extreme environments, deserts, polar regions, or underwater, because these locations offer challenges similar to the Moon, similar to those on the Moon or on Mars. Und examples include the desert, Mars Desert Research Station, MDRS, in Utah for the Concordia Desert, Concordia Station in Antarctica. They are closed systems in which air, water, and food are controlled to simulate the isolation and technical demands of a real space mission. So, and here you see the habitat from EMMPOL. This was our kitchen and our living room, to say so. You see in the front, in the middle, all the patches from all the missions who have been there. And you can see in this stand what is there, the small devices people left from other crews for us. Yeah, and here you have another view to the kitchen, and also where we had our food in the scarf. This was our sleeping room. We slept in this etage beds, doppelbeds. I don't know how is it called in English. Two floor beds, I don't know. And we had some curtains to have some kind of private sphere. Yeah, we had to do our sports on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we had a room for doing experiments, a labor, and a lab. And yeah, this was the entrance. And here we had, yeah, the water you see, it was also controlled. And we had to take measurements in the mornings, and yeah. This is our crew. Yeah, should I present them now? Yeah. Oder? Nee, later. Oder? Yeah. Okay, it's Dr. Celia Avila Rauch. Then we have Pauline Roblon and Niharika. Oh my gosh. Niharika and myself, Sabine Heinz. Niharika was our commander. And yeah, Niharika by ready the name. And she was our commander. Celia was our medicine. Pauline was our communication officer. And I was a data and yeah, art officer was a position what was left. Who knows me knows that a data officer was not the perfect position for me. Yeah, these are our patches. I have my here. on my spacesuit. I designed them, and the novum was on this mission that we were the first only women crew. So this was really, really cool. So Pauline is putting our patch on the wall. Yeah, this is the measurement. We also had to take measurements of our urine. Also we had to measure it and report all the brown water, the clear water, and so on, like it is in a space station. But in our case, it was not reused like in a space station. We had fresh water to drink, but we had only wet tissues to clean ourselves. Also we had no shower or something like this. We had to do our daily reports. For me, it was the third day when I noted that we had to report or write down every day what we have done. And so I was a little bit late and writing like crazy finally. And we had to do another report about our mission. Yeah, we had also breakfast, dinner, and lunch, and we had a plan, a menu plan, where what we had to cook and what we were allowed to eat in this day, as a certain diet. And yeah, and funny thing was, we were told afterwards that they were written everywhere. That's bulgur. We had bulgur, and it was in plastic things. As we had to cook with this plastic bag, and there were a crew where some Americans were, and they didn't know that they had to cook the bulgur, and they eat it raw. Of course, they didn't like it, and they put indignated. They put in the words, yeah, fuck the bulgur, and now we tried to put some pictures over it and to decorate it a little bit more nice. Yeah, we had here chicken and noodles. So yeah, we had to do our sport every day, 20 minutes, half an hour. And you see Niharika is doing her experiments. Yeah, we were also repairing things, what we found, because when we needed it, then yeah, this was an other experiment. We had to listen something and imagine our hand. We had to um, paint our hand, also with put our hand on a paper, and then with a pen mark it, and then paint it. And I don't know for what it was, and it was like a election yeah, training, I think, because we found a lot of stables with these hands from other crews, so they were not collected. But now we come to my yeah, theme. I wanted to examine, here's another hand, how art and creativity influence people in isolation. I will talk about a little bit later the human factor, but I decided to use fluorescent and phosphorescent painting. You can see here in daylight, and if you hit it with UV light in the middle, it looks like this in the middle, and then you have the afterglow. It looks like skeleton or something like this. Yeah, so we're doing our stuff, and we had also fun and nice talks, and it was a really nice group, a nice crew. I was really happy to be with this women, and I felt honored. Then we had also some task we had to fulfill, and I was in constructing something, and then we had to yeah, build something like a radio transmitter, and yeah, we built up this. We had only a certain time and had to show how to do that. And then we had also out or blackout, nicht breakout, blackout, sorry, blackout. So we were in the dark, and yeah, luckily I had put signs where the lights are, but we were not allowed to put the lights. As it were, we had only the lights from our smartphones, and we also had to fulfill some tasks, as you see here. Ja, and there ist irgendwie, Moment, I think there is something missing in this presentation, because I'm now in the last part. Oops, I'm sorry. I think something in my slides has changed. Yeah. Okay, then I have to tell a little bit more. I go back to this slide one more. Ja, genau. Oh, sorry. Moment. Why am moment? I have to go back. Oh, sorry. How can I do this, Verman? Just a second. I come back immediately with my presentation. I'm sorry. Normally it should not happen, but sometimes it happened anyway. So just a second. Here was an error in my presentation. There are some slides missing. Moment. Just a second. I have to take it from the German presentation, because there are some slides missing. Just a second. I have to edit, and then I come back. One moment. I'm really sorry that happened. No, it's the same here too. Then I have missed something. Okay, then I go on with this. I'm sorry. So I change. So moment, I open the window and this point. So I'm sorry. So I wanted to talk about why I go here on. Sorry. Why habitats are, also these habitats are important, and it's in general the technical testing. They test new spacesuits, communication systems, and habitat technologies, and they can be tested under realistic conditions. And Moment, dann kommen wir hier to the human factor. And the human factor shows isolation, confinement, and psychological stress. And this is also studied and developed to develop strategies for astronauts' well-being. And also safety aspects are tested. Zum Beispiel risks such radiation, resource scarcity or emergency scenarios can be simulated, as you have seen in my slides, and solutions developed. And also this is as a preparation for real missions, and they offer cost-effective and safe way to prepare before sending humans to Moon or Mars. Also, I think it is very important that we test it here on Earth. And yeah, what is an analog astronaut? You have seen it. Analog astronauts are special trained test subjects who live and work in these habitats to prepare future missions to the Moon or Mars. And these habitats are important because they test risk, technology, the human factor. I come to this now, and under realistic conditions. And analog astronauts conduct scientific experiments, technology tests, physiological studies to make space travel safer and more efficient. And they wear spacesuit and simulators. We didn't have this. Practice extravehicular activities, EVAs, and test technologies intended for future use in space. And the Austrian Space Forum, ÖWF, for example, trains analog astronauts using the AUDA spacesuit simulator. And they undergo a rigorous selection and training process similar to real astronauts and are responsible for technical tests on and Mars simulations. And the habitat where we're trained is located in Poland near Krakow and focuses especially on studying the human factor. And yeah, what do analog astronauts actually do? They do technical tests, evaluating spacesuits, tools, communication systems, and so weiter, and so on, and scientific experiments, geological studies, biological tests, simulations of research procedures, as I taught, extravehicular activities. Yeah, and this combination of habitat and analog astronauts is essential for preparing humanity for living and working in space. So now we come to the human factor. We have psychological challenges, physiological challenges, and designing habitats for humans. The psychological or physiological challenges are humans are not built for life in space. In microcavity, muscles and bones continuously deteriorate, and the cardiovascular system must adapt to entirely new conditions. And fluids shift within the body, causing astronauts to develop puffy faces and thin legs as blood moves towards the upper body and head. On Earth, gravity pulls blood downward into the legs, and microgravity bone density also decreases more rapidly due to the lack of gravitational load. And there's also the danger of cosmic radiation, which is harmful over the long term. Space habitats must therefore be equipped with special materials and protective systems. And food and water supply pose additional challenges, and concepts yeah, such as closed loop systems and hydroponics and recycling ja, aim to ensure sustainably provisioning. Ja, dann haben wir die psychological challenges beyond physical strain. Psychological factors are crucial. Isolation and confinement can lead to stress, depression, and conflict. And the absence of a natural day-night cycle disrupts circadian rhythm and making targeted artificial lightning necessary. And we had also another time rhythm, and at the end we didn't know, also we lived in this new time. So, and social dynamics in small groups are complex. Conflict management and team culture are vital for survival, and space habitats must therefore be designed not only technically but also socially. And this is where my approach comes in using art as a tool for self-regulation. I examined how art and creativity affect individuals in isolation and how they influence mental well-being. Designing for habitats for humans to live. Long-term in space, habitats must be designed to be not only functional, but also livable. And architecture plays a central role. Modular systems allow flexible spaces that can adapt um, to different needs. And biophilic design integrates plants and natural elements, can enhance well-being and reduce stress. Factors such as noise levels, air quality, and temperature regulation are also essential for creating a healthy environment. And I have to say, we had a lot of noise because of the air, what was pumped in, and I couldn't hardly sleep at night. Yeah. Yeah, why art in space? Yeah, art is you can see art as a psychological outlet, as cultural continuity, and as design element. As psychological outlet, we have here moment. Yeah, art is an essential tool for coping with psychological stress in space, and creative activities such as music, painting, or writing help reduce stress and promote mental stability, and they offer astronauts a way to express emotions and overcome isolation. So, and as I told you at the beginning, I had my project with a fluorescent and phosphorescent painting. And before the doors were closed, I saw some big leaves outside, and we took them in to experiment with this painting. As you can see here, it's glows in the dark. And yeah, and we designed our spacesuits. You see Pauline, Niharika, it's mine, and Celia. And this are we all together. I think it looks very good. And what was nice was, and the next days I saw them painting in the afternoons, or when they had some time, free time. They from herself took the paintings out and painted, and we had a lot of fun with this. And also when we had the blackout, it was really, yeah, nice that we had the paintings, and the glow in the dark paintings, so we could use the UV light and paint in the dark. And do something for us to relax and yeah. So the second was art as cultural continuity. Space habitats are not just technical machines, they are living environments. And art preserves our cultural identity, history, and values, even far from Earth. And if you remember, a lot of astronauts, cosmonauts, taikonauts have taken something into space what reminded them on Earth, or they had, Leonov, for example, was the first cosmonaut who took canvas into space to paint something on it. And there were also astronauts, cosmonauts with guitars, music instruments, and so on. And projects like the Moon Gallery, which sends artworks to the International Space Station, show that art in space is already a reality. And there are much more examples. It's one of them. And they demonstrate that humanity intends to carry its cultural dimension into space. And there's also now a moon museum. Yeah. I have to drink a little water, moment. I have to catch some water. Um, and art as a design element. Art can be integrated directly into habitat architecture, and colors, shapes, and visual stimuli influence the well-being of inhabitants. And light installations or sculptures can make um, spaces not only functional but also inspiring. Interactive artworks create connections between humans and technology and open new forms of coexistence in space. Yeah, and here we have also we designed our yeah, habitat, also und made this painting to decorate our habitat and to make it more yeah, comfy or yeah. And why are habitats necessary? Habitats, space habitats are necessary because Earth is vulnerable. Climate change, resource scarcity, and potential catastrophes show that humanity needs long-term alternatives. At the same time, space habitats drive technological innovation in recycling, energy production, and medicine. I know that in the MDR, in the Mars Research Desert Research Station, they have a great part. Susan Jewell is very active in space medicine, so yeah, medicine. And they are not just survival projects, but societal visions and humanity as a multiplanetary spaces. Also die Vision, Vision is humanity as a multiplanetary spaces. And art and the human factor make the decisive difference, and they transform habitats from mere survival machines into true living spaces. Yeah, this is when we came out. You see, we're quite pale, and yeah, but we were happy. And here we got our certificates. And we were in the house from the parents in the observatory from the parents from Agatha Colo from Agatha who organized the space habitat and Collage, yeah, genau. And we took some photos here, and we were invited for lunch. And in conclusion, we can say space habitats are more than technical constructions. They are social, cultural, and artistic projects that place humans at the center. The human factor and art are essential for ensuring that we not only survive but truly live. And art and creativity are underestimated yet crucial elements for astronaut well-beings, because art can with art you can so especially in confined spaces, it is vital to have ways to self-regulate, and you can do with art and retreat inward, and it gives you more self-esteem and can balance you. And humans are not robots, and they need emotional support and self-affirmation. And I think art is an essential part to help in this. And yeah, at the end, I would like to thank Analog Astronaut Training Center, Professor Bernhard Voing, and all people who made it possible to stay there. Agata Kolodziejczyk, I have problems to pronounce the name, and I hope she will forgive me this. And yeah, all team members, because they were very, very, very nice. And I would like to show now a small movie, and I hope you will enjoy it. Hello, welcome to our habitat. We are here from EMMPOL mission 21. My name is Sabine Heinz, and EMMPOL stands for Euro Moon Mars. Come with me, and I would like to invite you to show you around. Here's our lab, our commander working here. For the lab, and now we are going to our psychologists and mediciners. Please, crew, we are going in now. I invite you to come in. Here. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Our next crew member is our communication officer, and she is here.
Mayday, Mayday, Mission Control, we have problem.
Proszę, zachowaj ciszę. Zrelaksuj się. Utrzymuj mankiet na wysokości serca. Pomiar rozpoczęty.
But what we have to do? I can't understand. I can't understand the Rasputenta.
This is me. I'm the data officer, but also I'm an artist. Not like this. Come with me, I show you now the reality. She's our commander.
Hi, I'm Miharka. I'm the commander here. I am an electrical and aerospace engineer. And in addition to managing the habitat and the crew, I'm also working in the lab. So if we come over here to the lab, we're very safe here in the lab, no explosions. And so currently we're developing working on growing spirulina. So first we use live spirulina here and the nutrient media to create a bioreactor capable of culturing spirulina in a environment with limited resources. And as you can see here, you can see some algae starting to grow. This culture is only 2 days old, so hopefully it can continue to grow in future missions.
And now our medicine, Dr. Ilya Lerov.
Hello. Of course, psychology is not like club. Now it's scientific science, and we are collecting data for analyze the process, also the cognitive process, emotional process, and social skills, and also personality and behavior research. And I started the research in the EMMPOL 1. And then 2, 4, 5, 6, we were collecting data in a psychological way and also informing other pre-trainings about emotional intelligence. We are focusing now on human factors, and we developed so a manual that we can now reach everything we have.
And now I would like to introduce you to our communication officer. Of course, he's not sitting alone on the moon.
Hello, my name is Colin Robert, and I'm here the communication officer of the mission. So my mission is to be sure that we can communicate from the moon where we are to the Earth where there is mission. So here during this experiment, I will analyze the time perception because here time is not the same as outside. I will also analyze the interaction between all the crew members because here it's very interesting to see how we can interact with each other.
Hello. Of course, I'm not only painting for myself. My name is Sabine Heinz. I'm an artist and I'm also the data officer. And I have a project here. I want to find out how art and creativity can result, what influence it will have in space and isolation. And I thought I worked with something special. And yeah. Oh, there's a blackout. Look around. I'm working with UV light and fluorescent and phosphorescent painting. And I think it is a lot of fun for the crew and for everyone. You can see what artwork we did. And we also made our shirts. I hope you enjoyed our tour and we wish you all the best. Hello. Bye from the moon. Goodbye. Yeah. I thank you for your attention. And yeah, if you have some questions, you can write it in the chat or you can ask me. Yeah, and I am sorry for the mistake in between. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was too nervous. It's the first time that I give this lecture in English and online. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Sabine, for your beautiful presentation and yes, a narration of your experience in that simulated habitat. How long was it? Maybe you said it, but
It was 1 week. Also
1 week.
7 days. We were in the habitat and the doors really shuts and you are enclosed. So and we have been told that also some people had really or were stressed with the situation that they cannot go out. They were enclosed and yeah, got panicked. So this
How
is
big? How big is the habitat? Do you have a plant view?
I would estimate maybe 40 square meters, something like this.
40 square meters.
It was not big. That's like a bungalow or something like this,
Yeah.
where you have for vacation. Yeah, so a small thing where you have you enter and yeah, there was the room where the kitchen was and the refrigerator and the bathroom, also the toilet and yeah, and you have seen also with the bicycle, the small room, the sports room, and if you
Yeah,
were
I've seen.
running there and making sport, and yeah, you smelt it, and yeah, it was really, really small. Also,
Yes. Yeah, okay. I don't know if we have some questions from the audience, maybe.
No, I've been checking now on YouTube. Actually, no. Mm.
No, we don't have questions. Yeah. However, no, okay, well, I can make some considerations as they come to my mind, having seen the presentation. I think that there are some interesting points, let me say new points in this kind of experiences, maybe because I remember that until some time ago it was called an analog astronaut training.
yeah.
Now we are still talking about astronaut, of course, because we are talking about missions of exploration on a planet or the moon or Mars or moon and so on. But I have seen that some requirements, some concerns are also projected on another situation. I mean, thinking about civilians civilians living in space and working in space and so on. So I have really appreciated some slides where you were talking about the beauty of the interior of the habitats and the ergonomics and the yes, something that is more thinking about the requirements of normal people. I mean, not only astronauts, but also people that will have their normal life over there.
This
Therefore,
is
we have to think about the beauty. We have to think about the greenery inside the habitats, the vegetal life, the plants, the flowers, and a lot of things.
this is what I'm talking about. Why art is important, and I don't know if you remember my lecture about why art in space. I was talking also about the space
Yes.
clips, that they were oriented only on technical function and less on the comfortability of the astronauts or
Yes.
cosmonauts, and and I think it is very important if you live in space, and I have seen it. You have seen our environment. It was adjusted to a space station with all the silver foil, um, and you get really this impression that you are in this kind of habitat, and the noise and so on. And I suppose that in the space station it will be noisy too, and because you have the machines working, you have the air condition or the air, and all the things influence your well-being, and of course you have not much space. Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
construct it, you have to bring all the materials. So it will not be a big room like your living room, or yeah, and you have not a couch there, but it must be something like that you are sitting comfortable, um, and that you have yeah, and therefore I think art is very important. And you remember that we had
Definitely, yes.
um, Kaya Antley from Australia. They were searching with this 3D um, um, glasses, where they where they are trying to make landscapes when they are doing sports, so that you can bicycle, also with your bicycle go through a landscape or something like this. And it was kind of boring. We were there walking or on the bicycle, and there was only this silver foiled atmosphere. So, yeah, but it gives you the impression, and therefore I think it's important that you make something
Yeah.
that is more nice.
I think there was an evolution during the years because if we remember the old space stations like the Mir, Russian Mir, and then the space shuttle that was a laboratory in itself because it was all instrumented and so on. And then the space station, International Space Station, we have what we have seen is bigger environments. And while the first environments were just laboratories filled of instrumentations and so on, now we have also also the capsules, the Dragon capsule, for instance, the SpaceX Dragon capsule. With respect to the old to the Soyuz and the old Apollo vehicles, the Dragon capsule are very much more ergonomic and it is a more livable environment with respect to
Yes.
the older ones. And so I believe the new space stations that they are designing now, the commercial space stations, will be more oriented maybe to the well-being, to ergonomics and so on. So for tourists, basically for tourists, and for other people that may want to travel to space, to orbit, to make this experience of the overview effect, you know. And they will have maybe some interiors better designed for having art on board and a lot of more things. And of course, we also hope that sometime we will start experimenting simulated gravity, because this is also a very important thing that we are very late on that. It would be time now to start, definitely. So yeah, but okay, we see that something is going ahead in a unequal way, in a fatigue way, and so on. And I think with our Congress that we are, yes, I remember also that this is the 14th preliminary webinar of our Congress that will take place from the 30th of June to the 4th of July, where we will discuss many of these topics. The habitats in space, we will discuss the free space, the habitats in free space in the O'Neill style, and other kinds of things, of course, the economy, space economy, and so on. But yeah, so everybody are invited to the Congress to submit abstracts and participate and register and so on. Yeah.
I see there's
Maybe
a
we have
question.
somebody
Yeah,
has.
I see there's a question in the chat, and
Yeah.
I have heard about the International Space Federation, um, and someone is writing here. He came late. You can watch it later on. You can watch it, rewatch it, and then you can see all the lecture again. MHM 5213.
Yes.
There's no name. Yeah. Yeah, I think it is very important that we train this, and that we have yeah, this architecture inside, as we talked about. And because when people are really going to live in space, and I see SpaceX has a well-designed yeah, Dragon, and I have seen it. The spacesuits are modern, and
Yeah, even the spacesuits are
I
very
think
much more.
they will make more design and that more, yeah.
Yeah, more fashion. By the way, International Astronautical Federation, yes, we are very active. Space Renaissance International is a member of IAF. We are participating to all the IACs, and we will be going to Antalya next October, where we will present several papers. And we also have presented proposal for a special session about the 18 SDG, the Space 18 SDG. That okay, it's not a subject to discuss today, but it is a proposal that we are bringing ahead since 3 years, and we are very active on that. And yeah, so IAF definitely is an important thing, and we are
No,
participating.
he's not talking about IAF. He's talking about International Space Federation, not IAF.
Oh, I'm sorry.
IAF is International
Oh, I
Aeronautical
make such a
Federation,
mistake. I'm sorry about
and
that. Okay.
International Space Federation is they believe in unified approach to physics, education, and technology. It's something different. But I have
Okay.
heard about it, and you can watch for it, and yeah.
Yes, we if we can get in touch, it would be interesting. They can be invited to our Congress and to present their ideas and the abstracts and so on. So yeah, very happy to meet some people from that
But
federation.
the IAF in Paris, you're coming?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll be in Paris in 2 weeks. That
Yeah, because I asked on the group and I didn't get an answer. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, that's good.
okay. I'm sorry, I haven't seen. Okay.
So if
Okay.
there are no
Anything
more
else?
questions,
So they are writing the honest interest in biotecture design and biodynamic harmonics, Dan Winter, and yes, that very Space Federation with Nassim Haramian. Okay, this
it's not a question.
doesn't
so,
seem to be a question. Maybe.
I think there are no more questions in the chat, and
Okay. Well, so if we have no other questions,
I thank you
we
for
could-
inviting me for this webinar and for giving me the possibility to talk about the space, my experiences at in a space habitat, and yeah.
Yes, I think we can invite everybody to join us the 16th of March with Rick Tomlinson for our 15th preliminary webinar of the Congress. The title is Why Space, the Purpose of People with Rick Tomlinson. I think it will be a very, very interesting speech. So everybody are invited to the 16th of March. Thank you very much. Thank
Next
you very
Monday.
much. Thank you, Sabine, for your beautiful presentation. And thank Maria for conducting. And okay, next time.
Okay.
Last